What's up, aliens? It's Big Al. Welcome to another episode of another dumb sports vlog. Um, it is now official. The UFC. So dumb. That's stuff like it's stuff like that. I fumble over my words and I do stuff like that. Um, I don't edit that stuff out. I just leave it in there. I mean, just see the real me. Just see me, my mind running at 1,000 miles an hour and my mouth running at 10 miles an hour. Um, so I'm not even gonna edit that out. But the USC Trojans, not UFC Trojans, have gone undefeated in the 2020 football season. Champs, baby. The only thing that sucks about that is that Iowa went undefeated too. I know I'm a few days late, but the Big Ten and the Pac-12 have officially opted out of the seasons. They're chancellors. Why is every conference they have a different leader? I guess like the Big Ten, it was like the board of trustees, and the Pac-12 was like the CEOs. Like, why are these conferences businesses and players aren't getting paid to work in that business? That's a whole other thing. I'm not even gonna bring that up. But why is every leader of every conference like they have different names, like board of trustees, CEOs of the Pac-12? It's so weird. But they've officially opted out of this season, meaning I will not get USC football. The state of Iowa will not get the Iowa Hawkeyes, which is, I mean, that's almost worth USC not playing in itself. That's all they have, you know. We have a better life out here in California. We get to do things. I went to the beach last Saturday. You know, what are they gonna do in Iowa? You know, back to the corn farm. That's all you got. You got corn. That's it. So, no Ohio State, no Penn State. I've been talking about this for weeks. So Justin Fields is gone. He's not gonna play a spring season and go get drafted in April. Any major injury would affect his rookie season. So Justin Fields isn't playing. We already talked about Isaiah Parsons or Micah Parsons, something Parsons, Penn State linebacker, not playing. He's for sure done. We got all this talent that's not going to play. The Ohio State corner is supposed to go top 10. Sean Wade, I think his name is. You know, these guys are gone. That's it for their college career. Off to the NFL. Start preparing. Start training. You know, it's gone. Pac-12. I mean, you don't really have any major stars coming out of the Pac-12 this year. The left tackle from Oregon is supposed to be like a top 3 pick. Penei Sewell. He's actually pretty good. So I'm looking forward to watching him playing. But I mean, do we do spring season? Like, so we just have a spring season in the Pac-12 and the Big Ten. So the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12, the other 3 Power 5 conferences, talking about going. So they're still on it. So what happens? How do we do this? When's the national championship? So do we have an SEC, ACC, Big 12 national championship now? And then in the springtime, we have the Pac-12 and the Big 10 national championship. I mean, how would that even... I guess it would just be the Rose Bowl because the Pac-12 and the Big 10 play in the Rose Bowl anyway. So, I mean, it would just be the Rose Bowl would be the champion of the Big 10 and the champion of the Pac-12, and that would be like the spring championship, I guess. It's just so weird. This is such a weird time not having... This is going to be the first Saturday. Any of us are going to not have college football on Saturday. It's going to be a weird fall. The NFL is going to take advantage. They're going to start throwing games on Saturdays. Guaranteed, 100%. I mean, it's not even... It's going to happen. Just sad. I'm going to miss my Trojans. Iowa's going to miss their team. They're going to have a rough harvest this year. They're going to have to spend all day in the fields. Can't listen to the games or nothing. Too bad. Well, so one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen this week, Pacman Jones, an all-time dickhead in the NFL, got a box of signed Joe Hayden jerseys in the mail. I think it's funny. If Joe Hayden would have sent them, I would have laughed. That's so funny. But he got a signed box of Joe Hayden jerseys, went right to Instagram and lit them on fire and was talking mad shit to Joe Hayden. And Joe Hayden posted a video. He was on like a massage table, and he's like, "You really think I would take the time to send you all those jerseys?" So stupid. That's just Adam Pacman Jones being a dickhead. The guy that's gone to like 7 strip clubs and shot him up. I don't even know how he's still... he gets suspended all the time. I don't even know how he's still... I don't think he's with the Bengals anymore, but he should have been like booted from the league a long time ago. I mean, that was just one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I just had to talk about it. You know, all respect to Joe Hayden, how he handled it. He actually took it like, you know, he like messaged him and he's like, you know, I would never do that. You know, that's petty and stuff like that. So he was like all nonchalant about it, and Pacman was actually cool, and he took the video down, but I was like, he went straight to Instagram and burned him. That's so Pacman for you. If you don't know who Pacman Jones is, this situation describes Pacman Jones to a T. Oh, man. And then we had the ultimate just football guy statement of all time. All right, so UMass's football team opted out, or their conference opted out, whatever it was. And their coach said the most amazingly football saying of all time. He said, my dad died when I was 8. My biological mom overdosed when she was 12, or when he was 12. And this hurts me way more than those things hurt me. Like, whoa! Not playing football. I looked up UMass went 1-11 last year too, so it's not even like they had a shot at competing for a title or a division title or anything like that. But that's how much football means to us, man. We're sitting here not looking at a college season. We're only going to see 3 conferences in a college season. NFL season is going to be weird, no fans, anything like that. We're all going to be watching from our houses. We can't be in the stadiums. Just a weird time, man. Really weird time. He said losing this football season hurt more than losing his parents. I mean, that's badass. I mean, ultimate football guy right there. Just next level. I aspire to be that big of a football guy. Next thing we got, Sleepless in Seattle. Literally Sleepless. Literally Kima Silverand. I don't know, he's got a weird name. Kima tried to sneak his girl into the bubble in Seattle. He literally, she was wearing Seahawks gear. He literally disguised her as like a player. And then he got his ass cut. Imagine losing your dream job, playing in the NFL, because you tried to sneak a girl into your hotel room during camp. Now, this has always been a rule, like across anything. We've heard this happen before, where players sneak women into training camp and everything like that. They break curfew. You can't be doing stuff during training camp like that. I mean, you get booted. We've seen it on Hard Knocks. We've seen it. I mean, especially if you're like a nobody trying to earn your way onto the team. He just lost his dream job, man. That's crazy. I wonder if anyone ever picks him up. But the fact that he dressed her up like she was a player, wearing Seahawks gear, probably wearing like sweatpants and like a hoodie and stuff like that, trying to sneak her in. I mean, COVID's going on. Like, you really put everyone's health and safety at risk so you could get some. Sleepless in Seattle, man. You know, got to start sneaking women into these bubbles. Not even sneaking, just bring them in. Test them. Test these people that players want to bring into the bubble. The NBA is doing it. As soon as the playoffs start, they're going to allow visitors, players' wives, players' kids can come. Just test people when you put them in the bubble. They should follow the same quarantine guidelines like the NBA players have followed. You know, Lou Williams leaves the bubble, has to quarantine for 10 days. You know, they should have been already had them quarantined and tested, everything like that, make sure they were good, and then just bring them in. They follow the same bubble protocols, but they get to live with their families. You know, should have been going on the whole time. Speaking of the NBA, I think the regular season's over. Yeah, so the biggest heartbreak of all of this, the Suns went undefeated in the bubble. 8-0, which is impressive. They played some good teams. Devin Booker hit some game-winning shots. I mean, that Suns team could be good in the future if they keep building around Booker like that. But they went undefeated and they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't win. They didn't make the play-in game. They didn't make anything. They're just done. Win every single game and you're done. All right, that's crazy. And then we got the other side is Damian Lillard freaking dropping half-court shots, dropping 50 points a game. You know, that guy's unreal. That guy's probably one of the best players in the league. If he can do that consistently over the course of 40, 50 games in a season out of the 80, I mean, he'd be MVP every single season. Like, he dropped 60, he dropped 42, he dropped 50. He's literally averaging 50 points the last 3 or 4 games. Just insane. Just going off. He pulled up from half court last night and just dropped a 3 from the NBA logo. Like, who does that? I mean, that's crazy. Dame does that. You know, like LaMelo Ball in high school, but way better. Man, what else? Giannis didn't get to play the last game. My favorite player. He straight up headbutted Mo Wagner. First of all, fuck Mo Wagner, right? I have a buddy that's a huge Lakers fan. When they drafted Mo Wagner, he was all in my face about it. He's like, Mo Wagner's going to change the game. And he didn't even play his rookie season. And then he freaking got traded. So I hate Mo Wagner more than like anybody just because of my buddy that was in love with Mo Wagner, and then Giannis headbutts his ass and freaking gets ejected for the last or suspended for the last game. It's whatever. The Bucks didn't need that game. Best record in the East and the NBA. They're gonna see the Magic in the first round, which is good because I got nervous if we were gonna play the Nets. We lost to the Nets at full strength a couple weeks ago, so I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. But we'll tear apart the Magic. We should. Also, yesterday randomly was the day to pay tight ends, I guess, in the NFL. The two best tight ends got the two richest contracts in tight end history. Good for them. George Kittle, I love that guy. He's actually really good tight end. Obviously, he's the best in the league. He got paid the highest in NFL history. He got like 5 years, $75 million, something like that, which is awesome. I mean, that's a good receiver contract for a tight end. You know, the way he's utilized in that offense too is really good. Travis Kelce got a big contract yesterday. Not quite what Kittle got. He's a little older, but still, those two go at it for the best tight end ever since Gronk was out of the league. 2 years ago? And he was like injured that last year. So for a couple, 2-3 years, these guys have been the best tight ends in the league for sure. Man, crazy week in sports. Tomorrow we've got the play-in game. Dame and the Blazers are going to try and play in to get the 8th spot in the West. And then we got playoffs. Playoffs start on like Sunday or Monday, I think. So looking forward to some playoff basketball. Looking forward to the Bucks getting going. But you guys know what else happened this week. Shark Week. So in honor of Shark Week, I'm going to give Big Al's list of top 5 sharks. I feel like a 10-year-old. Like, this is my favorite shark. No, these are Big Al's favorite sharks, right? Number 5, the Mako shark. Now, I learned about this during Shark Week years ago. The Mako shark is fast. The Mako shark is the Tyreek Hill of the shark world. The Usain Bolt. Who else is fast? Name any fast. John Ross. Fast in a straight line, but can't cut, right? So, the Mako shark, the fastest. It looks like a little torpedo, but they're big and they'll mess you up. They got sharper teeth than like great whites. But the Mako shark, super fast. Look it up. All right. Number 4, the bull shark. What I love about the bull shark, they're aggressive and they're cool, but they find them like in rivers. They find them like 600 miles up like the Mississippi River or, you know, rivers in the South. I don't know. Name a river in the South. They find them like 600 miles up these rivers. So they're breathing in freshwater and seawater. They're like salmon. They can do both, right? That's so badass. Just imagine being in like, I don't know, Missouri, where it's like completely landlocked. But then the river comes through and you just see a bull shark. Like, how wild is that? That's a badass shark right there. Number 3, the San Jose Sharks. Switching it up a little bit. The San Jose Sharks. I think they're a good hockey team, and they probably have the best uniforms in the NHL. So I'm going to give them that. The Penguins kicked their ass in the Stanley Cup a few years ago. But I don't mind the San Jose Sharks. They're a likable team. Got some good guys. Yeah, they'll come in at my number 3. Number 2, this might be controversial, the Great White Shark. All right? The Great White Shark is a badass shark. It's probably number 1 on every 10-year-old boy's list of sharks. Everyone loves Great White Sharks. Shark Week is based around Great White Sharks. They eat seals. They're badass. They're just freaking aggressive. They grow up to like 20 feet long. But, I mean, number 1 is the Great White on steroids, the Megalodon. Now, if you don't know what a Megalodon is, it's a prehistoric shark. They grew way bigger than Great White Sharks. I think they're like bigger than whales too. I didn't research this. I'm just being stupid off the top of my head. But the Megalodon is a Great White Shark on steroids, like bigger than a blue whale. They're huge. Their teeth are like the size of your hand, right? They're huge. Best shark, hands down. And the reason I put them over the Great White Shark is probably just because of the movie The Meg. it was a funny movie. Just, the shark's so big, it's aggressive, it's mean, it's better than Jaws. You know, this shark, if this shark was alive today, like, I don't think submarines would be in the ocean, because I think it'd just be fucking up submarines left and right. I don't think that like people would be more afraid to be in the ocean just because of this shark being able to like swallow you whole. You know, the Megalodon is the best shark. You can fight me. You can comment on this and fight me, and we'll see what the best shark is. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching my vlog. Thanks for supporting me. just a fun hobby I've been doing, and you guys are supporting. So thank you for watching. Like and comment. Tell me your favorite Sharks. Tell me what you're excited for in the sports world. All the NFL teams are in training camp now, so we got some football on our way. Probably like 4 or 5 weeks away from football. College football is coming up for the 3 conferences. Yeah, just tell me what you're excited for in sports. Thanks for watching. Love always, and remember, Iowa sucks.